Hello everyone! Happy May wrap up and June TBR. The fact that it is June is like astonishing, like actually legitimately like astonishing. I am amazed. Where are my words? I am so surprised. Anyway, today we are doing our May wrap up and June TBR. I actually have already filmed the June TBR, so you'll be able to go and see June TBR soon. If you don't care about the books that I've read in May, you can go skip to the June TBR if you'd like to. Personally, I'd love it if you would come watch our little May wrap up, but if you don't care at all, you can go skip to the June TBR. So yeah, but welcome. I really hope you are excited for today's video. We actually have not read that many books in the month of May. The Kindle doesn't even count, like we're only counting 3. I have finished another book. I finished it yesterday, which was the 28th. So in theory that is a May book. I did count it for May on my Fable, and if you follow me on Fable, you can go see what book that is, but I won't be talking about that much in this video because I want to count it as June for my June bookish vlog which will go out at the end of the month. So definitely stay tuned for my June bookish vlog. I'll put it on the screen when it will actually like officially come out, but yeah, that book will be more on my June bookish vlog and talked about a little bit more on my June bookish vlog. I will give you one hint, which is that it is a June TBR pick. Also, we have started a book. I don't think I'll finish it by the end of May. Today is May 29th and tomorrow is May 30th, and I have kind of a busy schedule. I've actually had a pretty busy May, which is why I only read 3 books, I think. But I'm hoping in June to read like 6 or 7 books. But our book that we started was Daisy Jones and the Six. I don't know if you've heard about it. I'm so obsessed with it. I think it's gonna be so great. I actually have only read like 3 pages, but I actually think it's gonna be great. I actually think it's gonna be like the Favorites by Eleanor&Park, which is right here. I'm gonna redo my bookshelves today, so it doesn't matter if I take books down. But the Favorites by Eleanor&Park, I think it's gonna be a lot like that as what I've read. And my friend just read it, and she really loved it. So I really think that it's gonna be a great book to read. So yeah. Anyway, without further ado, let's go get into it. Okay, we are going to start up with the wrap up. First book I read in the also I read only my physical TBR. These 2 were on my TBR, and then this one was a reread, but they were all physical books. Also, kind of funny thing, we had all 3 of the authors were all R names, and it was both R, 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 R. Isn't that kind of cool? I thought it was kind of cool. Anyway, first up we have Cherry Baby by Rainbow Rowell. This is a romance book. I read it May 4th to May 6th, and I read it as a physical book. As you can see, I did tab like a little tiny bit of it. We're gonna see why. I actually have no idea why. I don't remember. Oh, I know why. It has to do with the plot, and I'm not gonna say, but I thought that's kind of a fun Easter egg. I gave it 4 stars, and this is actually my least favorite Rainbow Rowell book to date. I've given every single one of my Rainbow Rowell books 5 stars, except for this one. So I'm really surprised. But we're going to talk about why. This is not at all what I expected. I really love slow dance. I don't know if you've ever heard me talk about slow dance. If you're new here, obviously you haven't. But if you're not, I talk about slow dance like every single video. Like this book, like even though I would say it's pretty springy, I'm going to keep it on the shelf for June because, well, first of all, I want to display my Rainbow Rowell books together. I want to put them next to each other. These are like her newest books. I feel like these are her books that are like the new ones. I will say the outcome was really surprising and was a curveball, so if you want something that's like not at all what you're expecting, definitely read Cherry Baby. I didn't really feel connected to any of the characters like I was in Slow Dance, and the only reason I was reading is because I wanted to see if it would be better than Slow Dance or if it would get better. Overall, if you haven't read Slow Dance, definitely read this, and maybe don't read this. Or if you're like, I need a book that's not gonna be a 5-star right now, go read this, and then go read this. Like, if you just give a book 5 stars, I don't like to give like another book 5 stars right after I give a book 5 stars, if you know what I mean. It's not that I hated it, it's just I didn't love it. Okay, next up we have Wild Reverence by Rebecca Ross. This is a fantasy. May 7th to May 13th. There's actually a typo on my thing. It says April 13th. I will try to change that before it goes onto the slides, but if it does not get changed, I'm so sorry. Okay, this is where people are gonna hate me. And if you hate me, that's okay. We can have our own opinions. I want to hear your opinions if you've read this book in the chat, because people on Fable love this book so much. And I gave it 3.75 stars. Here's what I said. Don't get me wrong, I liked the ending, but the middle. This book did not need to be 540 pages. It was like 600 pages. I counted it as 600 because it was like 600. Yeah, I guess it's 540. I don't care. Also, to be clear, I don't like fantasy, so I think that helped make my score lower. Like, if you really like fantasy, you might like this book. I just recommended this book to someone, but it's not like I love it. Okay. I have mixed feelings on Matilda because yes, I know that she did help a lot of people. One that I'm thinking on right now, but I'm not gonna say. But, oh my god, could she have left the castle a little less? This book literally could have been called Stay. Like, stay in one place. Or at least told Vincent where she was going. Like, she was always, like, running off. Bye! So, that was kind of annoying. The ending of the book was good, and if you haven't read Divine Rivals, I think it's a good, like, setup book. Like, it definitely is, like, the last 20 pages, though. Like, it's not really in the, like, the rest of the book. I have read Divine Rivals. I don't know if y'all have. I read Divine Rivals and then Ruthless Vows. I did think about rereading them, but I can't do more fantasy right now. Maybe in September, I feel like this will be a good, like, fall book, so maybe in September I'll go back and read Divine Rivals and Ruthless Vows. I think Divine Rivals is available as an audiobook on Hoopla, so I'll probably listen to the audiobook of Divine Rivals and then read Ruthless Vows. So Divine Rivals was my first audiobook that I've ever listened to, and honestly, I feel like it got me into audiobooks. I really have a thing about, like, people's voices in the audiobook, and so I don't listen to as many audiobooks because the voices really trip me up. But I did like the voices in the Divine Rivals series, so if you're thinking about reading them, definitely stay tuned. We had a fun little stack at the beginning of this video, now there's, like, all this. Also, stay tuned for my mid-year updates video. We'll talk about spring stuff, and then we'll talk about summer stuff as well. I'll tell you some summer book prompts, which you'll get a little bit at this beginning of this video, but summer TBR prompts, and just so much more. So definitely go stay tuned for that. That goes out on this day, so definitely stay tuned. But yeah, I might film that this weekend, maybe Sunday. Other things, but mostly it's a bookish video because, like, I'm obsessed with books, and books is a great thing to wrap up. And so we will talk about some of the things in this video, but also more things in the next video. Lastly, we have Eleanor&Park by Rainbow Rowell. This is a YA romance. I read it May 16th to May 20th, and I read it as a physical book. I gave this 5 stars. This is a reread, so I had given it 5 stars in the past, and now I'm giving it 5 stars now. So I don't know if that counts, though I did poll y'all on YouTube. I can show you up here. I polled y'all on whether or not I should count it as my 5 stars for my 5-star favorites on my reading journal, which is this page here. I'll show you here. And y'all said yes, so we added it. Eleanor&Park is just so sweet. I love them so much. This is a very sad book, though, so definitely stay tuned for a good cry, but also, like, such a sweet book. As someone who reads a lot of memoirs, I've come to realize that whenever you are poor, it just makes everything so much worse, especially with abuse. This isn't a spoiler because I think it's on the back, and it's in the first, like, 100 pages. Eleanor goes through a lot of no, it is abuse with her family, her stepfather and then her mother. So not her mother doesn't abuse her, it's more that it's like, it's just a bad seed. Don't get me wrong, abuse is bad in all ways, not just if you're poor, but it does make it harder, especially to leave. In her mother's situation, her mother really can't leave because she's financially dependent on her husband, which is Eleanor's stepfather. And so I think that makes it a lot harder. So yeah, this is a very, very sad book, but it's also a very, very sweet book. The ending is kind of a cliffhanger, but not really. Like, it's just kind of a make it up as you go along, which I sometimes hate, but honestly, I feel like this book is okay because it makes sense. For books where it's like sweet and fine and nothing really bad happens and then they leave on a cliffhanger, I crash out. But this makes sense. Okay, now let's talk about some stats. I am still like so focused on the book. Okay, so I read three romance books and one fantasy. That includes the book that I did not talk to you about, but just know that is a romance book. I mean, again, I think you can probably guess it, especially based on my TBR, which is coming up soon, but I don't want to say. My page counter was 1,352 pages plus plus 320 from the book that I'm not counting. And then it's 3 books plus 1 book, and then the days read, I read for 14 days of the month. So okay, now let's recap some spring bingo. This is actually not the correct bingo card. Okay, so I got every single prompt but one. You can go read all these for yourself. Instead of showing me my face, you'll see obviously the bingo cards. I did this last month as well. I got every single thing but one, and the one that I did not read was read a book with someone / buddy read it. I really, really, really wanted to buddy read a book, and I really wanted Daisy Jones and the Six to be that book. I do think that will be the book that I will, but I do think I will finish Daisy Jones and the Six. I just didn't get to it this spring. The spring has been pretty hectic, but that's okay. I still read. I still made content for y'all, so I definitely did a lot more in March than anything else. I mean, I read more in March than any month, but I still think I did pretty good with my spring bingo card. Like, I'm not so mad about it. So my spring TBR had A 40-Year Kiss, Wild Reverence, The Shippers by Catherine Senner, Finding My Way by Malala Yousafzai, In Your Dreams by Sarah Adams, which is right here, and then The American Roommate Experiment by Eleanor&Park. So that was my spring TBR. I read 4 out of 6 of the books, which is honestly what I was expecting, to be honest. I did not get to The Shippers. I just didn't have time because it came out on May 26th. I should have definitely picked a different book. I was just so excited about it. And then The American Roommate Experiment by Eleanor&Park. I also DNF'd. I thought it was too much like A 7-Year Slip, which I'll put up here. But it was just too much like A 7-Year Slip, and I just did not like it. But I did like most of the books on my spring TBR, honestly. I don't know what the average rating of them was, but we can calculate it. Okay, my average rating was a 4.125, or like a 4.13, if we want to do some Taylor Swift. I feel like that's not bad. I feel like that's pretty good. Hello everyone. Okay, so we are doing the TBR now. But to wrap up my May TBR, I read 2 out of the 5 books on my May TBR, which is pretty bad. Oopsies. So I still have Daisy Jones and the Six, The Sum of Us, and then Pride and Prejudice. I think I probably will still continue to read Daisy Jones and the Six and The Sum of Us, but probably not Pride and Prejudice. So Pride and Prejudice is gonna get a purple line, but the other 2 are still totally eligible to continue being on the cart. If I pick like a memoir or something. Actually, I'll probably pick Glass Castle or Summer TBR. So let's talk a little bit about my summer TBR. My summer TBR the shippers, Every Summer After, Our Perfect Storm, which is right here. Our Perfect Storm is actually right here, and then Every Summer After is also actually right here. I want to pick both of these this month because I think it'd be super fun, and we're doing a June bookish vlog at the end of the month. Summer of Broken Rules, which is also right here, The Catcher in the Rye, and then Glass Castle, and Glass Castle is a memoir that I'd love to read. So, but I want to talk a little bit about what this means for my June bookish vlog. So, in the past, what I've done in the past is I've done June bookish vlog and then also like a June wrap up and a July TBR or whatever. But this month I'm just gonna do June bookish vlog and I'll do the whole wrap up in that video, and then July TBR will just be the July TBR, so it'll be like separate and completely different. So it'll be like a 10-minute video where I'm just talking about my July TBR, and then August obviously we'll do July wrap up and August TBR, and it'll be the same for the rest of the year because that's what you guys wanted when I asked you on my YouTube poll and also Instagram story. You guys would prefer for me to do the wrap up and the TBR together in one video than in separate videos, but because of the June bookish vlog, I don't want to make it too redundant for y'all, because the people who are going to watch the June bookish vlog are also going to watch my TBRs and wrap-up videos. So, now that we have all that, I think we're ready to get started. But the books, the more prompts I want to add, has been on a previous TBR, so I'm going to add that right now. Okay, here it is. I'm so sorry that I didn't have that already and made up. I just got home I got home like an hour ago, but I was downstairs until like literally 20 minutes ago, and then I like set up my computer and got right started because I swear I am in a reading slump. But I just watched the show Off Campus, and now I kind of want to read the book. So that is a summer goal of mine actually, and that will be talked about more in my separate updates video, but that is a summer goal of mine and I might start that in June, so we'll see. Anyway, I'm gonna shake up my wee jar. So if you've never been here before, first of all, welcome. I probably said that before in my beginning, but again, I have no idea. So first of all, welcome. So basically how we do our little TBR is we do it based on the month. So the corresponding month based on how many picks we do. So this month is 6 picks. I feel like June is the most fun month for picking because 6 picks is what most people do, and so it's like a fun month because it's like, okay, this is kind of a challenge. I feel like we can do it though. And like 6 books is how many I want to read this month. I think it would be like good because I do have finals, so I do like need to like lock in and do my finals, but I also think it could be really, really fun to read a lot of books, maybe like 6 or 7. That's old, but yeah. So anyway, that's definitely a thing. We also added my summer prompts, which I will pull up which ones I put on there. I'll do 1 this month, and then 2 in July, and then 1 in August. I think that's, and so the summer ones are the pink ones, and I will take them out as I go, and I'll probably just put them in a different wee cup. But we have anti-beach read memoir, and then I think I put buy a new book, so like a book where it's like I want to buy this book really bad, so we will also add that in. Anyway, here's my little TBR. Let's shake them up. We're going to close this lid back up and we are going to shake. We're going to start with a regular prompt. Audiobook. Okay. What book would I be interested in audiobooking? The Sum of Us is an option, and I think it could be a fun audiobook. I also think Daisy Jones and the Six could be an audiobook. I don't really want to do something that's on my TBR because I just think that would be dumb because I have the book. You know what? Let's do the Summer of Broken Rules as an audiobook. I've actually done this before as an audiobook, and I really did like the audiobook. The audiobook is available on my Hoopla as well. I just think that would be dumb because I have the book. So I think that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do the Summer of Broken Rules as an audiobook. I think I'm gonna be reading a lot of fun summer books, so that'll be good. So our first pick for the month is The Summer of Broken Rules by K.L. Walther, whatever it is. These blankets, like, I love them and they're so fun, but it's also way too hot. I want to figure out what I'm going to do with, like, the space for the summer, so that'll probably be in my summer updates video. I want to do these 2 books. I want to do Carly Fortune books, so that's the goal. Okay. This one says, recommended by a friend. I think we can make this work. I think we want to read both of these books. And both of them have been recommended. But which one has been recommended, like, by a friend? I think Every Summer After, there are definitely people in my life who have read it, like, for reals. So I think Every Summer After is going to be the pick. I do want to read this, like, definitely in June. And so this will be a good one because, yeah. I don't know that people in my life have loved it, but definitely people in my life have read it. And so I think that that will be good. Okay, so we have 2 books. They're already very summery and beach ready. We've got The Summer of Broken Rules and then Every Summer After. Let's go on to our 3rd book. Actually, for our 3rd, we're going to do a summer pick. Okay, so I'm going to do this with y'all. I'm gonna, like, turn the camera down. I'm gonna do this with y'all. I don't actually remember which is which, so we'll just grab one. Okay, we're gonna grab this one. Memoir. Okay, for memoir, we are gonna do Glass Castle. I think I'll probably have to buy it because my Libby hold is, like, 16 weeks, something like that, but I just don't see myself getting it in time, so we'll probably have to do this as a buy as well, but I can definitely buy this book, and I probably will. So that's our 3rd pick. Let's do number 4. Been on a previous TBR. We are gonna pick Daisy Jones and the Six again. It's actually unavailable soon, and I really do think I'm gonna love this book, so I'm definitely gonna pick Daisy Jones and the Six again, and that will be a Kindle read. Want to read? This is exactly the pick I want. Like, actually exactly the pick I want. So we are obviously going to do Our Perfect Storm by Carly Fortune. I did buy this with a gift card, so that's really exciting. It was on my story if you wanted to see it. Okay, what are we at? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So is this 6? How is that possible? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh my god, we're at 6 already? That's insane. Okay, we're doing this one because the pink one was the other one that was stuck to my hands. A book you bought because of the cover. I mean, these 2 would have worked. I really have no books. All of the rest of the books on my shelf are what's it called? Someone else bought for me. So that doesn't even count. So what I think I'm gonna do, I think I'm gonna buy a book. But honestly, I really want to read The Shippers, or I want to read the new series by Off Campus. I want to read the Off Campus series. So I don't know. I'm going to spin a wheel. We're going to spin a wheel. We're going to see, do I want to do The Shippers or do I want to do the Off Campus? I think, I don't know. Click and let's go. Okay. Clock that T. Okay, I understand that The Shippers is on my TBR, but I already have a lot of like crazy romance, so I think it could be really fun to buy an off-campus book. So that's what we're going to do. We are going to buy Off Campus, and that will be a book you bought because of the cover, because I'm just so obsessed, and I feel like it's a book I bought because I'm so excited about the other ones. So, you know, do you see what I'm thinking? Let's do a little recap. This is my June TBR! I feel like we had such a great month, so let's talk about it. First up, I pulled audiobook and I picked The Summer Broken Rules. This is actually a reread and I read it as an audiobook. I got this book in a little free library, so I don't feel that bad about listening to it on an audiobook, but I'm gonna listen to it on Hoopla and it'll be free, so it's totally fine. Then we pulled Recommended by a Friend, and I picked Every Summer After because some of my friends have read this book. I think I might start this tonight. Then we pulled memoir and I picked Glass Castle. This is gonna be my crazy memoir for the summer. It is on my summer TBR. There's so many fun things about this book. I mean, other than the fact that it's crazy, crazy sad. Then we pulled Been on a previous TBR and I picked Daisy Jones and the Six because I'm just so excited about Daisy Jones and the Six. I feel like it's gonna be a great book. My friend has recommended it to me, so I just feel like we're gonna vibe with this book. And I love The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. I gave that 5 stars last year. It was my honestly favorite book of 2025. Like, it was great. So, and then I pulled Want to Read and I picked Our Perfect Storm by Carly Fortune. So excited for this one. Honestly, a high key so excited. This is Carly Fortune's new book. I have every single Carly Fortune book now because I bought Every Summer After, and so now we have like every single one. So I'm just so excited. And last but certainly not least, I picked a book you bought because of the cover, and I'm gonna do the second book in the Off-Campus series. I've never read this, but I actually watched the show, and so I'm very excited. I'm gonna dive into number 2 just because I think that I'll know enough about number 1 to read number 2, and I don't mind like not knowing everything, and I can just fill in the blanks, I feel. So I think it'll be okay. But if you think that I need to read number 1, if you've read number 1 and number 2, please let me know, and I will go read number 1 and then read number 2. Hi everyone, welcome back to seeing me. You saw my TBR. I hope you enjoyed my TBR. If you have a guess for which book I left out, please leave it in the comments. I'd love to see what you think. And if you have any book or video recommendations, book recommendations, any honestly things you want to say, please comment them down below. I'd love to hear your comments. I love when any one of y'all comments. I really do actually love it so much. So thank you if you commented. And follow me, or like and subscribe. We are at 112 subscribers, which is so happy and amazing. I love all of y'all 112 subscribers, but if you're not subscribed, please do so. It would really make my heart, make my day. So please, 113 would be crazy, it'd be so Taylor Swift coded. So like, I think you should subscribe. Also, follow my Instagram if you want to see more bookish things. I did actually post like last night about some bookish stuff, so definitely like go to Instagram. If you follow me on my private Instagram, you do know what my last book was. And I think on May 30th when I post my May, like all the books I've read in May, I'll add it, so you'll be able to see it. Like, you'll find out, but I think you should try and guess. So guess in the comments. And follow my Fable. Obviously, if you follow my Fable, you know which book it was. I really think I'm making too big of a deal about this book, but I don't care. And thank you all so much, and I'll see you in the next video. Okay, bye everyone.